No one seems to notice the man beside the road. He was just a ragged soldier out there in the cold. But he seemed to have a purpose only known to him as he walked along the streets that night to the town of Bethlehem. In his head he held a memory of all the wars he known. In his hand he clutched a medal for the bravery he shown. But the weight of every battle he carried in his heart. But his eyes were clear and searching for a manger in the dark. Some are born for greatness, some are born to fall. Some are bound to be forgotten, like they never lived at all. But we're all born to know him, stand before his light, like a soldier who found the king tonight. He had marched for politicians, served under their command. He had fought for all the causes he did not understand. But something deep inside him now that led him on his way, with a single star to guide him to where the baby lay. He stood before the Son of God to come to pay our debt. He smiled up at the soldier that the world will soon forget. He held up his medal and said, "This for you I bring." Then he swore allegiance to the newborn baby king. Some are born for greatness, and some are born to fall. Some are bound to be forgotten, like they never lived at all. But we're all born to know him and stand before his light, like a soldier who found the king tonight. Oh yeah, like a soldier who found the king tonight.
Lord, I know this isn't the way it's supposed to be done. People aren't supposed to come to you only in a time of crisis and expect you to help. I'm sorry if that's what it seems I'm doing. But I'm not asking for a miracle or for anything from myself, or to try to convince you to do anything other than what you've planned. I There's no way for me to know why you do what you do. I accept that now. When kids are young, they do stupid things and say stupid things to their parents. Most of the time, they get a chance to make amends, to tell their parents they didn't really mean what they said. My father, he was always trying to make that big deal.
He was killed on one of his trips.
I told my mother the reason why he wasn't around, the reason why I didn't have a dad to play ball with like the other kids, was because of the way she treated him. And all she wanted was for him to make more money. I could tell when I said that it hurt her. That's what I wanted. I wanted to hurt her. But what I said just wasn't true. I never told her that. She worked 2 jobs and saved every penny to put me through school. And now she's in the hospital and she probably won't make it out. What I'm asking, Lord, is that somehow you let her know that I didn't mean what I said. I'm sorry. And I appreciate everything that she sacrificed for me. It's all that I ask. She's been wonderful to me. And she just doesn't deserve to die without knowing how much I really loved her. Thank you, Lord. Amen.
Amen.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was without form and void, and darkness was on the face of the deep. The Spirit of God hovered over the waters, and God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. And there was evening, and there was morning, the first day. God said, "Let there be an expanse between the waters to separate water from water." And it was so. And God called the expanse heaven. And the evening and the morning were the second day. God said, "Let the waters under the heavens be gathered together into one place, and let the dry ground appear." And the gathering together of the waters he called seas, and God saw that it was good. God said, "Let the land produce vegetation, seed-bearing plants and trees that bear fruit with seed in it, according to their various kinds." And it was so. And there was evening and morning, the third day. Then God said, "Let there be lights in the heaven." And God made 2 great lights, one to rule the day and the lesser to rule the night, and he made the stars. And there was evening and then morning, the fourth day. God said, "Let the waters teem with an abundance of living creatures, and let birds fly above the earth and across the expanse of sky." So God created the great creatures of the sea and every living thing that moves according to its kind. And God blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply." And there was evening and there was morning, the fifth day. Then God said, "Let the land produce living creatures, livestock and wild animals, and all the creatures that move along the ground, all according to their kinds." And then God said, "Let us make man in our image, in our likeness, and let them rule over the fish of the sea and the birds of the air and the cattle. Let them rule over all the earth and over all the creatures that move along the ground." So God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him. Male and female, he created them. And God blessed them and said unto them, "Be fruitful, increase in number, fill and subdue the earth. Rule over the fish of the sea and of the birds of the air and over every living thing that moves on the ground." And God said, "I give you every seed-bearing plant on the face of all the earth, and every tree that has fruit with seed in it, they will be yours for food. And to all the beasts of the earth and birds of the air and creatures that move on the ground, everything that has the breath of life in it, I give every green plant for food. And it was so. And God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. And there was evening, and there was morning, the sixth day.